What's up, guys? My name's Elden. Welcome back to another art video. I know I am late on this video. It's been a week since my other video, but because of that, I was working on the next animation. A couple videos ago, I said I was working on a social animation, and that's exactly what I did. In today's video, we'll be talking about me creating such social animation and what I have learned through Krita, since I have more experience in it, comparatively speaking to the last animation, since this one was a bit longer. A little bit of gripes and stuff and improvement that I would like to see within Krita. So it's like a animation plus Krita critique review type of thing. Review. Let me show you the animation right here. And now let's get on to the video. So first things first, this is going to be a two-part video. This video is going to be me talking about how I actually made the image itself and like certain things that I've noticed that Krita should probably improve, whether it already has been updated or whatnot by the time this video has been posted, or if there is something in the settings that I could change to make it so that these things actually occur. If that is the truth or that has happened, please leave a comment down below talking about how I can change certain things, or that there's a better update that actually has these things in it that I am going to be talking about. Also, the second part is going to be how I get the cleanest render out of the actual Krita animations, so it has a transparent background so you don't have to chroma key it. So that will be the next video after this one. One of the things that I noticed when I was using Krita, that I noticed beforehand when I was using it in the previous video or the previous animation that I did, is that it's pretty not optimized. It needs better optimization is what I'm saying. Like while you're working on the application, sometimes the application will freeze or skip because you're like adjusting the artwork and stuff like that, or it will just freeze and then you can't use your brush. You have to like tap on it a couple of times before the brush actually activates and stuff like that. So just better optimization overall that I am looking for in Krita. I do understand that it is a free product that they are trying, but if they want this to be like a really good free product like a DaVinci Resolve, they really need to do better optimizations and stuff like that. Art wise, I just use the same techniques as the other video. Again, the optimization did cause like certain issues over and over again that I'll get into in a second, but for art wise, I use the exact same techniques I used in the previous video of me creating that animation, just that it's a longer format, so it took a little bit longer to actually finish and do. Another thing that I would actually like to talk about Krita is the zoom feature. It's very interesting. So like when I use Paint Tool Sci, I know this is an entirely different program, but when I'm using Paint Tool Sci, it actually zooms in on the mouse point. So wherever you have the mouse point and you're scrolling to zoom in, it actually will zoom in on that mouse point. But with Krita, it doesn't do that, and it's kind of weird. Like, so you have to zoom in and then you have to reposition it after you zoom in, which is very unintuitive. Like, it's just like, it just makes an extra step that doesn't need to be there, because if you're already focused in on that one area and you want to zoom in on that one area, why should you have to then go and adjust it afterwards? But that's not there's another issue with their zoom too. So when you zoom in, they do have a button to like reset the default positioning of it, but it's not the same button for the rotation. So when you rotate an image and trying to get a different angle so you could draw on it easier, you have to actually manually rotate it back instead of pressing a single button that will rotate the image back to its default position and zoom. So if you have, like I said, the pinpoint zooming where it will zoom in directly on your mouse, that won't be an issue because you could just get back to that location very easily. But with the zoom feature that they have right now, it's kind of annoying to zoom in, rotate it, then manually type in resetting the rotation back to 0, and then doing it multiple times when you're trying to get a better angle. And then that leads me to the flip feature. So when you flip a object or an object inside your project that you're working on in Krita, it will flip the image, but the screen won't follow the flipped image. You have to reposition the actual window if you're zoomed in or what have you not to follow said flipped image. It would be very nice for Krita to implement a line of code that actually follows the flipped image, so your camera or location-wise, your zoom location-wise is actually on that image, so you don't have to readjust again to go over it to said flipped image. And that when you flip an image, it also causes optimization issues, like it freezes a bit and stuff like that. Sometimes it doesn't actually flip it until like 20 seconds later. So it's just, again, back to optimization. Krita needs to be optimized a bit more. Also, I've noticed certain things will happen after you flip it, or if you open up multiple projects at once, like you're copying colors from another project to get to that said project. It will glitch, like glitches will start occurring. One of the glitches is sensitivity will randomly stop working. So if you're drawing and then all of a sudden your sensitivity stops working, it's going to throw you for a loop. And even resetting the program doesn't necessarily fix it. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. So you have to just pretty much reset your PC afterwards. And I don't understand what causes that glitch to occur, because that doesn't really happen on my other programs. And then also another glitch that will cause to occur is like the mouse triggering in certain areas that it shouldn't be. I think I should be able to pull it up, because I did do a live stream when I was creating this animation of what I mean, like the mouse triggering where it shouldn't be triggering. That was very annoying. It was leaving lines all over the place that it shouldn't be leaving lines all over the place. It was just a hassle trying to figure out like why it was stopping and doing that. Sometimes the pen will randomly stop drawing or erasing with the pen until you click something else within the application. Another thing that I noticed is that when you are using, like, switching between like pens and selector tools and stuff like that, sometimes the opacity will just randomly set to 0, so it won't erase anything or you won't be able to draw anything until you set the opacity back to 100, which I don't understand why it's doing that. Maybe it's some type of setting inside Krita, but I think it's another glitch, because it shouldn't do that after you do a color picker and then you go back to the pen tool or the ink tool or whatever tool you're using and you try drawing a line. The opacity is set to 0. That's just really dumb. It shouldn't be doing that. It's just one of another annoyances and stuff like that. Another thing that I would like to see Krita improve on, or actually add in this case, is the ability to group layers into a folder. So right now, unless, again, there is such a thing already in Krita that allows you to do that I just haven't figured out or noticed, because I am fairly new to this this program, is to actually folder everything together and then just hide that folder if you really want to. So let's say like how I do drawings in Paint Tool Sci. I will have multiple layers, and then within those layers I'll put them in a folder. With that folder, I can either make it invisible or visible by clicking the eye icon, but in Krita, from what I could tell so far, is that there isn't such a thing. I can't do that. I have to go through manually and clicking every single one to turn them invisible instead of grouping them all together. It'll just be a lot nicer. It'll be a lot more concise to actual, like, have a lot more of a cleaner work environment when you're actually working on set animations inside of Krita. But yeah, like, there are a couple other things that I probably forgot to put in this video that I think should be improved or worked upon, but other than the ones that I just listed, those are probably going to be the major ones that I just listed anyways. But yeah, like, again, if this is something that can be fixed, it already has a fix for it in like the settings and stuff like that, please by all means tell me down in the comments down below. But if not, I really hope Krita implements these certain aspects to it, because I believe it would actually make the program a lot better, a lot more intuitive to actually use, especially if you're using a screen drawing tablet and stuff like that. Even if you're not using screen drawing tablet, just a tablet in general, it would be a lot more helpful to have these little improvements that I talk about and help them. Hopefully they fix the optimization issues and stuff like that in the future. And again, like the pen zooming and stuff like that. But yeah. Part 2 is going to be actually showing you how to export or render out a video from Krita without having to worry about green screening or having a colored background, and then you bringing it into another program and to actually having to try to get all the pixelizations and stuff like that out of the said image. It was a lot cleaner version of doing that, and hopefully you find it helpful. So that will be the next video. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is more of a complaining type of video than anything, to be honest, but it needs to be said, I like this program. It is free. This was my first animation program, so I can't really compare it to other programs. I can only compare it to like just drawing software programs. But anyways, I digress. My name has been Elden. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social medias, and I will see you later. Peace.